everyone. Thanks for joining me. Thought I'd move my practice outside and get some vitamin D as well as some good yoga. Don't forget, especially during the social isolation, to get your vitamin D. It's very important for our immunity and for our mental health. So try to get outside if at all possible. Let's go ahead and get started. As most of you know that have practiced with me, I like to start in child's pose to connect with our breath and get ready for our practice. You can bring your knees out to the side or together in the center of your mat, whatever's most comfortable. If you want to open up your hips, I'd recommend out to the side. Big toes come together in line with the midline of your body. Settle your glutes back and down. And then just invite your forehead to your mat. Take this time to connect with your breath. You should feel your belly expand as you draw it deep into your belly and then release it completely before taking your next breath. As you start to settle in, become aware of any tension or stress you might be holding on to. It could be physical or it could be mental. And as you exhale, release your breath, release the stress, release the tension. Release your glutes and your tailbone closer to your mat. Sometimes in yoga we say to let it go, and other times it's more appropriate to let it be. So if there's something you need to set aside or some tension you need to get rid of, just think about letting it be for now. Don't let it consume your practice. Try to sink a little bit deeper into the pose, drawing your breath in a little bit deeper now. Good. Let's go ahead and walk both hands to the right side, opening up that side body all the way down through the ribs here on the side. Walk those left fingers out, invite your forehead to the mat. Really feel that armpit area open up. Good. Let's walk our hands to the right now. Again, walking those fingers out, invite your forehead to the floor, to the mat. When we open up our armpit, we really open up that space for our lymph nodes. So it's important that we really feel that opening as we lengthen through our arm down through our side body. Back to center. Let's walk those arms towards our ears and hands out, and then anchor the heels of your hands as you lift your fingers, drawing your arm bones in closer to your ears. Now reverse that motion, press away from the front of your mat. See if you can get your glutes closer to your heels. Let's bring our hands back, pressing up into our tabletop position, bringing knees underneath hips, really spreading out from finger to thumb, feeling the palm, or feeling the mat under the palms of our hands and under each finger. Making making sure toes are straight up behind our hips. Also, keep that core engaged, keep that belly button pulled in, supporting that lower back, and keep shoulders full. What we want to avoid is collapsing our low back. I call this the Segi Ranch horse, and collapsing into our shoulders. So think of it as pressing everything up and away from the mat, getting that nice strong core. We're going to start with our tailbone, bringing it down as far as we can, and then pressing it up towards the ceiling. Slowly making our way up our spine. So see if you can feel each vertebrae moving as you work up into your mid-back. Almost like a slinky, like you just took a slinky out of a box, moving up into the shoulders. And finally, let's bring the top of our head and our tailbone down as we arch our dome up high. And then belly comes to the earth as tailbone and head come up, opening up our heart space. So big dome. Good. Lots of movement in the spine here. Nice. And then when you're ready, you can meet me back at tabletop, coming back to the center. We're going to bring our right foot straight back, really reaching through that heel, but keep pressing hips towards the midline of the body. We don't want to sag out to the side. Left hand comes forward, nice long body. Good. Reach from the tip of your fingers to your heel, as much length as you can get. Press hips in towards the midline and back to center. Left foot goes back, right hand comes forward. Again, reaching through the heel, reaching through the fingertips. As much length as you can, pulling your core in, engaging your core, so you don't want to be slouched. Pressing away from the mat through that shoulder. Good, and back to center. If you want to, this time we'll add a crunch. So knee to elbow, extend. Knee to elbow, extend. Knee to elbow. Really think about crunching when you draw knee to elbow, engaging those abs. Good. And now to the other side. Remember, keep breathing, use your breath. Good. Couple more. Nice. And back to center. Good. We're going to bring this right foot up towards the ceiling. Left hand is going to come up. And we're going to press our foot, the bottom of our foot, towards our ceiling. So lifting through the quad and the glute. Good, and release back down. Other side comes up. Think of it as a 90-degree angle in your knee, and then that foot is flat as if I'm going to walk on that ceiling. Opposite hand comes forward. Again, think about body alignment. Press those hips towards each other, towards the midline, so you're not swaying out to the side. Engage your core. Good. Keep pressing heel up. And back. Nice. This time we're going to do an arch up and release. Arch up and release. We don't very often, work the back side of our body, like so. One more. Good, excellent. Let's bring that right foot out, coming into our supported side plank. I'm gonna scoot up on my mat a little bit. Reaching up through our fingertips, lifting through the base of our, or through our waist here. Enjoying the sun. Press away from the mat. Press everything up if you're ready. Let's bring that bottom foot down, reaching up. Nice strong core here. Good. We'll bring this bottom leg out. We're going to dip 5 times in our fallen triangle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Press everything up and away from the mat. And 5. Nicely done. Coming back to our side plank. If you want, bring this top foot up. I call this fallen tree pose. There's actually another name for it. Much more yoga name. Good. And let's rotate forward. We're going to stay here a minute in that good plank. Filling up our shoulders. Walking our toes back. Engaging the core. Keep shoulders over wrists. Breathe. Good. Drop that left foot. And we'll come into our supported side plank. On this side, reaching up. Taking some deep breaths here. Good. If you're ready, let's bring that bottom foot down. Again, pulling everything up and away from the mat. Bring bottom foot out for fallen triangle and dip. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Back to our side angle, or side plank, sorry. Top leg can come up. Really pull those hips up and away from the mat though. Good. Revolving back into that long plank, long body plank. Walk those toes back. Keep shoulders right over wrists. Good. Now let's press back in to our first down dog. So you might want to cycle this first go around. Cycle your heels down. Come up high. Press down. Dig deep. Open up those shoulders. Lengthen along the backs of your legs. Good. We're going to bring our feet out now to the side. Might want to walk your hands in a little bit. And let's reach back, grab opposite ankle with opposite hand. Breathe. And release. Other side. Anchor through your pointer finger if you're slipping. Good. Let's walk it out a little bit. Bring it back. And switch. Good. Walking it forward. Let's dig deep. Feet are wide. We're going to go into part of a chaturanga. And then back. Feet are still wide. Forward. And back. Good. So we're just doing a half push-up here. And then back up. Half chaturanga. One more. Back up. This time we're going to go all the way down, but slowly, slowly. Chest comes down first. Elbows in, and then belly, and press it up. Oh, that should feel good. Pressing hips into the mat, lifting through our chest, opening up our heart space. Maybe open up your throat too while you're here. Keep pressing hips. Keep pressing up through the elbows, opening up your chest. Back down, let's place hands and press back into our wide leg down dog. Good. We're gonna hop our feet forward, keeping them wide, and coming into our forward fold with wide legs this time. Let the top of your head drop towards the earth. Lengthen along the backs of your legs. Good. Half fold. And forward fold. Half fold. And forward fold. We're going to ragdoll all the way up, reaching up high. Exhale to Tadasana. Back up. Maybe a little back bend. And heart comes down first. Go ahead and hop back. Let's bring those feet in this time. Back to our traditional down dog. Good. Pressing or anchoring to our pointer finger. Nice. Let's do a sun cell at regular speed. So chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Step or hop to your forward fold, half fold, forward fold, reverse swan, exhale, Tadasana, inhale, step or hop, downward facing dog. Good, let's bring those knees down. We're gonna come back onto our toes for screaming toes. Remember, you can always use a block here. I also have my water here today because it's fairly warm out. So lifting shoulders up and back. Trying to use our breath to release our toes. Let them stretch out. If you're able, go ahead and release the block. Ready, let's press back, coming up onto our toes. We're going to interlace our fingers, reaching through the interlace, bringing arm bones close to ears, tucking our head down in between. Rising up on your toes. Release hands, let's press up into our chair pose. So settling glutes down. If you need to bring feet closer together, especially if you have cranky knees. Good. We're going to bring hands behind our back, placing them fingers up in between your shoulder blades if you can for prayer hands. If you can't, just bring them across your lower back. So palms, it's like namaste hands in the middle of your back, opening up your shoulders, maybe coming down a little bit. Let's lift that right leg. Squat a little lower if you can. Good, let's come forward into our 3-point. Whoops, I didn't realize the wall was so close. Guess I'll move up a little bit. Good, and let's bring top of foot to back of ankle. So a little squat here with that same leg as we do our 3-point. Good, both feet down. Let's press back into that down dog. We're going to chaturanga. Chest comes down, upward dog or cobra. Coming back to downward facing dog. Step or hop, forward fold. Half fold, long spine there. Forward fold. Reverse swan all the way up. Namaste. This time when you go up, maybe out of back bend. Bow down. Good. Bounce back. And down to those knees. Coming back into our angry toes. Stretching out a little bit more this time. Use your breath. Keep your heart space open. Good. When you're ready, let's press back. This time when you interlace your fingers, try to put the opposite finger, little finger on the bottom. So whatever you do, naturally do the opposite. Flip the inverse away. Bring ears down between arm bones. Lift up on those toes. And let's press up into that chair. Good. Bringing hands down, we'll put them back into prayer hands again. Open up that chest. Let those shoulder blades slide down the back. Make sure that you're rooted through your feet. Tailbone is down. Let's lift the other leg. Again, thinking about drawing energy up from the earth. Finding your balance. Squat a little bit deeper if you can. Shoulders are still back and down. Good. Let's come on down into our 3-point. And I'm going to have to move mine forward again. There we go. And squat. And up. Good. Chaturanga forward, upward dog or cobra, downward facing dog, step or half forward fold, half fold, forward fold, reverse Tadasana, back up, bow down, hop or step back, good. Go ahead and rock forward. We're going to bring that right foot forward. Staying up in our high lunge for just a moment. You can use blocks if you want to. I like blocks because they help us keep our chest off our knee. We're going to open up to the right. Good. Coming back down. We're going to press up. Bringing hands back by hips, coming up into our high crescent lunge. Make sure that front knee is over your ankle. Let's come forward, press up, forward, press up, forward, press up, up. Good. We're going to come down now into that low lunge. Good. Top of our hands, or top of our foot to the mat. Now press this hip forward, coming into that left hip flexor. Good. Release down. You can move your block over to the other side and press back into down dog. Nice. We're going to go right into the other side. So it's playing forward. Left foot comes forward. You can use your block if you want to. Nice twist to the left here. Keep breathing. Reach those fingers towards the sky. Press through that back heel. Keep that back leg engaged. We're going to lift up into our crescent lunge. So keeping front knee over ankle, pressing through back heel. Let's come forward and up, forward and up, forward and up, forward and up. And let's bring that knee down. Good. Drive that right hip forward now. And release. Come back up off that knee and back into your down dog. Our down dog now. Let's bring right foot forward. We're going to drop our back heel and press up into our warrior one. Rotating back thigh out and away from the midline. Lunging into that front knee. Arm bones are up high. Let's bring hands down. Back behind for prayer hands. Trying to work on some chest openers today. Good. Keep keep turning that back thigh away from the midline, opening up that back leg to keep that knee in line. Good. We're gonna windmill into our warrior two, so making sure this hip comes back. Again, let's rotate our biceps and our elbows towards the ceiling so that we open up our chest. And then palms back down. Nice. Settle into your pose. Check your front knee. Also check the weight in your back foot. Make sure you're not rolling back. Let's reverse warrior. And forward into our humble warrior. You can stay here for humble warrior. If you need blocks, go ahead and use blocks. If you want to do half bound, roll this left shoulder open towards the sky. If you want to do full bound, bring bottom hand through. Keep top shoulder open. If you're in bound, go ahead and release. We're going to press through the front foot, straightening this front leg, and then open up into our triangle. If you need to come up on your shin to get that back hip and shoulder to open up, you may do so. Remember, roll this whole rib cage, everything towards the ceiling. We're going to pivot forward, coming into our pyramid. Again, if you want to use blocks, just place blocks on either side of your feet, or bring hands. I'm even using cupcake hands. Good. Let's rotate that back foot forward and press back into our down dog. We're going to do one sun sal to work that through. Make it a good one. Enjoy every moment. Embrace every moment. Dig deep. Think about the benefit of each part of the sun sal. And just really get into that moment. Good. And when you're ready, meet me back at down dog. You can adjust your blocks if you need to. Good. Coming forward, left foot comes forward, drop that right hip or right heel. Let's press up into warrior one on the other side. Again, knee over ankle. Let's bring hands down and behind. Open up shoulders. Open up chest. Keep hips and shoulders square though as much as you can. Lunge a little deeper. Keep breathing. Good. We'll windmill into our warrior two. Again, opening up this back thigh. Let's open up biceps and elbows. And then just rotate hands down, lunge into that front knee a little bit more. Let your shoulder blades slide down your back. Reverse warrior. And let's windmill all the way down. Again, use your blocks if you need to here. Notice my feet are not moving. We can come into our half bound. Woo. Or full bound. Opening up rib cage and shoulders. Looking up if you can. Good. Let's go ahead and release. We're going to straighten this front foot and then rotate up into our triangle. So both legs are straight, rotating quads away from the midline. Again, come up on your shin if you need to. You really want to feel this rib cage open up. Let's rotate forward, coming into our pyramid. blocks are an option here, or cupcake hands or flat hands. Good, let's rotate back to forward, coming into our lunge, press back into our down dog. Good. All right, this time we're going to hop forward, coming into our wide garland squat, yoga garland squat. Dropping tailbone down, lifting chest, straight spine. How you doing? Feeling good today. We're gonna press up, all the way up, and all the way back down. Try to come all the way down if you can. If you can't, that's okay. The other thing you can do, and I can do this since I'm outside here, is grab a railing like this and use it to help you come up. If you're worried about doing it without support, this is how I started. This pose was very hard for me, and so that's an option as well. You can also use the side of your kitchen sink. Drop your tailbone, release your tailbone and glutes, and then press up through your heels. Good. Let's bring hands down. This, of course, is the time I always think it's fun to do crow pose or something like that. So if you're wanting a little challenge, you can dip up into your crow pose here. Good. All right. Let's go ahead and come into a forward fold. We'll ragdoll all the way up. And then we're actually going to turn sideways, coming into our wide angle goddess feet. So at corners of our toes, our toes are going towards the corners of the mat. We're gonna bring knees out over ankles. We're gonna drop that right shoulder first. And then left shoulder. Good, we're gonna lean towards the right. Might wanna walk your feet out here if you can. So just kind of going side to side here with our namaste hands. I'm not going too deep because my knees get crabby, but you're welcome to go deeper if you want to. Otherwise you can stay high like I am. Just going side to side. Good. Now in this next one, we'll all dip down all the way or as far as we can. If you need to build Mount Kilimanjaro, you can for support. Use as many blocks as you need. Bring those toes up if you can. Good. To the other side, traveling. Bring knees or feet up, toes up if you can. Some of you can do this without holding onto the ground and just coming up into namaste hands. You're more than welcome to do that. Good. And back to the center. Toes are out at the corners. We'll lift up into our 5-star. And then down. Press up, squeeze those glutes at the top. Good. We're gonna heel toe all the way to the center and then come all the way down. For some of our mat work. If you'd like to on this next part, you're welcome to put a couple blocks, actually let's turn them that way, in the center. We're gonna lean back so that we're not right on our tailbone, hands under knees, lifting our chest, shoulders are back. If you wanna stay here, you're welcome to, or bring hands out, or bring feet forward. So this is our traditional boat pose. So you can stay here, but please breathe. Also try to relax your neck. want to add more to it, go ahead and bring your feet outside your blocks and then lift. Good. Keep breathing. So important to keep breathing. Good. We're going to come out of this and come into a bound angle. Take some deep breaths. Reward your body. Press your knees down. Good. We'll do that one more time. So again, find your level wherever you're at. Use your breath. It's huge on ones like this that are really calling on a lot of strength. To use your breath, reward your body. Whew, they're getting hard. All right. Whew, I felt that in my hip flexors too. Good work. How you feeling? I hope good. This has been a good one. I'm kind of just an all over body flow. We're going to end with one more exercise before we go into releasing our practice. So laying on your back, shoulders are down and away from your ears. Make sure that your feet are lined up with your glutes, toes going straight out. We're going to start with our tailbone and lift all the way up through our shoulders, squeezing our glutes, and then rolling all the way back down to the very tip of our tailbone. Lifting back up and rolling back down. Now make sure that your knees are staying in line with your hips. If they want to flare out, you can use a block in between them. That gives them something to do, and it keeps them pressing inward without collapsing into each other. All right, on this next one, we're going to hold it and then reach back, interlace your fingers, and try to walk your shoulders down and away from your ears as you lift your glutes, and then bring your heels in closer to your glutes. So you should feel more of a stretch through your quads. Keep your feet and heels in line with your glutes though. Keep knees equidistant apart, in line with your hips. Good. Release your hands, walk your feet back out, and let's roll all the way back down. Nice work. Go ahead and hug your knees into your chest, bringing your head up in between your knees. And then releasing your head back. Hands come out to your sides. Go ahead and slowly unfold your body the length of your mat. Relax your jaw. Soften your face. Release your tongue inside your mouth so it's not pressing against your teeth or the roof of your mouth. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers and your toes whenever you're ready. And then roll to your right side, resting your head on your arm for a few breaths. And then press yourself up into any comfortable seated position. reflective inhale. Exhale to heart center. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your day.